10 days ago. Co-CEO of the Executive Council of the Australian Jury, Alex Ryvchin, joins us now live in the studio. Alex, sorry to bring you in here on such appalling, after such an appalling act like that yesterday. You must be heartbroken. What's your reaction?
Look, the community has seen all manner of thing in the last couple of years. Like, we've had Iranian-initiated terror plots on home soil. We've had burning of synagogues, daubing of vehicles, targeting of individuals, thousands of individual incidents of anti-Semitism. So, on the one hand, we're not shocked by this, but at the same time, to see an organised gathering of this sort outside one of our Houses of Parliament, glorifying the darkest chapter in human history that denotes the destruction of democracy, the destruction of people, racial hierarchies, it just shouldn't be happening. And there are a lot of Holocaust survivors in our community, a lot of diggers in the Australian community and the descendants of them. And to see people glorifying Nazism, it hurts this country.
New South Wales Police approved this protest 10 days ago. Now the Commissioner didn't know about it, the Premier didn't know about it. How did they not know about it, and what questions are you asking of them this morning?
Well, look, obviously it shouldn't have gone ahead, and the Commissioner and the Premier have admitted that. They've described it as an error, a human error. When you've had over the last 2 years endless protests from professional protest groups on a weekly basis, that diverts police resources, and errors like this are going to happen. So we're sympathetic to the police. We understand that they abhor this sort of racial hatred. They don't want to see it on our streets. And we saw both from the Premier and the Commissioner an absolute ironclad will to drive this from our society. So we're confident, but obviously there needs to be a review to understand how this happened and to ensure they're provided with the proper resources in future so it doesn't happen again.
So a review's one thing. What other action do you want to see?
Well, look, we're a nation of laws, and there are laws in this state that make it a criminal offence to incite racial hatred, and those laws need to be tested in this case. But ultimately, these groups don't emerge from nothing. They are very good at reading the tea leaves, sensing the opportunities in society. They are a symptom of a social decay, of the decline of social cohesion, of the rise of conspiracy theories that have been abounding in our society for 2 years now, from the far left, from far right, from religious groups. So we need to restore civility and dignity and rationalism to our society.
Do you want to see them brought before the courts?
Look, I want to see them dealt with, certainly, but at the same time, they thrive on notoriety, they thrive on being dragged before the courts and being elevated in the public sphere. The key thing is that we protect society from them, and that requires police powers, that requires our security agencies to monitor, track and disrupt them. We've seen groups like this and people affiliated with them around the world carry out deadly attacks, so they can't be underestimated. This is a serious threat to our society.
But your community must be hurting off the back of this.
We are. Look, it's another blow. It's another terror threat. It's another, source of concern for the community. There's no question. But we've come through a lot in the last couple of years. We've never been prouder to be Jewish and prouder to be Australian. We know the vast majority of Australians are good, decent people that stand with us and hate this as much as we do. And we take comfort and strength from that.
Alex Ryvchin, thank you for joining us.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks, Alex.
Well, the state of Australia